Well, good evening. Welcome to a beautiful, sunny, clear, hot November day here in St. Catharines, Ontario. It's Alex coming to you from Until the Next Tee blog, the home of organic golf reviews. So, in behind me is one of the greens here at Broad Golf Course. I come here to practice a lot. I use the driving range and the practice facility just to my left. And the purpose of today's video is to do a video review on the TaylorMade Golf Tour Response golf balls that you see here in my hands. The full review will be coming up at Until the Next Tee blog, so go and check it out when it goes live. But in the meantime, I'm going to do a little bit of a video review, just discussing this golf ball a little bit. So my testing of this golf ball, much like the soft response that you may or may not have seen, came a little bit late in the season. I didn't start using those balls till September, and oh god, I didn't do the review till about October. And conversely, I didn't really start using the Tour Response golf ball until November. So this is a bit of a first impressions review that I'm doing right now. So this golf ball, first of all, price point wise, this is a golf ball that comes to you at about $45 Canadian. I figured that's probably in that 40 American range kind of a thing if you're from the States. So we're talking, you know, a mid-tier golf ball. And this is a golf ball that, of course, comes below the TP5 and TP5X, which is the tour level golf ball from TaylorMade Golf. Sorry about that. Just looked at my golf bag over there. So anyways, this golf ball, it's a multi-layer golf ball, and the big difference between it versus its brethren, which is at $30, the soft response, is the fact that this comes with a cast urethane cover, 100% cast urethane. What does that mean? That means potential for more greenside spin, potential for the golf ball to stay on the face a little bit longer, and of course you're going to get a little bit of a softer feel with this golf ball. Again, I won't get really into the real savvy or real super techy kind of points for this golf ball, as I'm here just to basically discuss the performance. So this golf ball, of course, also replaces the Project A that was around for a long time, and part of that was from a marketing standpoint, where they felt that the Project A and the Project S had no cohesion on shelves for rack appeal, where soft response and tour response is, you know, a little more appealing, I guess, from a marketing standpoint for retailers and so forth. So this golf ball, as it turns out, I received it. I grabbed a dozen of them at an event that I had with the Golf Journalists Association of Canada, otherwise known as GJAC. So if you're not familiar with them, we're a whole bunch of media types for the golf industry. So we had a nice outing at a place called Cherry Hill, and I had an option of grabbing a dozen of the Tour Response golf balls. I had it, or the TP5 or TP5X, and Pix was in there too, but those are TP5s anyways. So I opted to go with the Tour Response because I haven't put them into play. And I guess the spoiler alert here would be to say that I wish I would have put these into play a little bit sooner this year. I wish I would have went out and bought some and reviewed them sooner, because this is a very good golf ball, the Tour Response. I found it to be very long off the tee. It feels great with the driver, and the ball flight, it just penetrates and just sort of kind of, you know, coasts down the fairway. You know, it stays on line very well in windy conditions. That's the one advantage of not testing it until this time of the year, because we've had some really high wind events here in the Niagara region. Just being in the Great Lakes, that sort of happens. So, you know, this is a golf ball that definitely has a good ball flight. I can't say trajectory very well. Stupid stroke. But anyways, again, this is a golf ball that's long, soft off the driver, long off the tee. It's a golf ball that you can control very well as well. You know, I would compare it very favorably to the more expensive tour level sibling, which of course is TP5. As far as spin goes, I couldn't believe the spin with this ball with full approach spin from out in the fairway, whether it's a full wedge or whether it's a full, you know, 6-iron. This golf ball just travels down range, and the spin on approaches is just it's lights out. It's so good. You know, it has a tendency of backing up a little bit, which is a great thing. Of course, a lot of that depends on how we strike a golf ball. We have to get that descending blow on the back of the ball, right? That's how we impart that spin and don't decelerate, because that's a spin killer too, right? So full approach spin, this ball is just lights out. It's been so good through, you know, a couple rounds of golf that I've played. Distance with the irons, getting back to distance real fast. I was pumping this golf ball out with a 6-iron 195 during my last round of golf, and it was more of the same the round prior, which was actually quite a bit chillier and not quite as golfer friendly. It was sort of kind of sucked until we got this near 80-degree weather that we're having today in November. So the iron distance, again, it's a long golf ball with all the clubs, whether it's a driver, whether it's a 6-iron, a pitching wedge, and right through the whole golf bag. And greenside spin, which is very important here, of course, because that's where we're going to gain strokes. If we don't hit a lot of greens in regulation, we got to be able to have a golf ball that we can trust, that we know that it's going to do a job for us. And it definitely is a golf ball that offers golfers plenty of greenside spin. Is it quite tour level? No, but honestly, now question yourself, how many golfers that are currently watching this video are going to know the difference in spin between, a TP5 versus a tour response? You may not. For most golfers, whether you're a 15 handicap, a 20 handicap, a 25 handicap, you're not going to notice one iota of difference in spin. As far as I'm concerned, that's just my opinion, between, say, a TP5 and the tour response golf ball. So greenside spin, it is very predictable. Predictable amount of spin comes out from this golf ball, and this golf ball will put on the brakes, especially if you're hitting into a little bit of a upslope onto the greens. And last but not least, putting. There's a very good putting alignment aid here. It's very functional. Just pull one out of my pocket here. It just says tour response across the, you can see it's emblazoned, and you can see this ball's been used a fair amount. And I'll get to that in a second. But it's a very good feeling off the golf ball. Again, it's a cast urethane cover, which implies that it's soft. It's not going to be harsh. So whether you're using a putter that has a steel face, it's a block of carbon steel, or whether it has an insert, no matter what, you are going to have a golf ball that is going to feel very good off the putter. It's sort of kind of like a muted kind of a sensation. Not quite to the extent of, say, the soft response was, but it's still pretty muted in its own right. And again, the durability. That's always a concern that we have as golfers, especially when you're buying your own golf balls. You want a golf ball that is durable, one that's not going to shred covers, one that's not going to see torn covers, or have to take a golf ball to play after playing 3 or 4 holes with it, or 9 holes if you have your golf ball that long. This cover so far, from what I've seen through the rounds of golf that I played with it, has been very durable as well. So that's another pro for this golf ball. I think TaylorMade Golf did very well with the Tour Response golf ball. And quite honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of Project A, but I know Project A had a pretty good following. But for whatever reason, this golf ball here in my hand, the Tour Response, I seem to get along with very, very well. I love this golf ball. It might be one of the better golf balls out there that's not a tour level golf ball. So for what it's worth, there you have it. So this is the end of this video review. Stay tuned for a lot more, and I'll be covering some of the same stuff in the full review, but anyways, this video was meant to also accompany that full review. So stay tuned until the next tee, until the next tee.blog. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next tee.